All right, good afternoon, everybody. It's week 4 preview. I'm Ben.
Hey, Mooks.
This is your favorite Adam. What a jackass. All right, we're going to run through the games here real quick, see what's going on. Looks like we have a bunch of good games this week. Adam, why don't you tell us what's going on here? We're going to start this one off with Cooper versus Sean. Yes, we can versus the Jailhouse Shanks. What do you got here?
I see yes we can turning into no we can't. He is going to lose. Shanks is just going to dominate him. I mean, he's got Ray Rice. I see Graham doing really well. Mike Williams is really his only hole inside of his team. Fred Jackson is going to destroy it like he has been week in, week out. I see Shank getting my of the week.
Wow. I'll tell you what. Hey, Cooper, I got an idea for you. How about you trade me LaShawn McCoy for my kicker? How's that? Is that a fair trade? No, I'll tell you what. By the way, this is brought to you by beer this week. We love beer, and this is how we're getting there. Yep. So what we're gonna do is definitely this week I'm with Sean. Sean could, in fact, I'd be almost willing to bet Sean should put in Ray Rice and bench everybody else. Ray Rice is going to be. You can't stop the guy. He is unbelievable, and playing against the Jets, who have a great secondary. And Revis, Darrell Revis and everything. You know Joe Flacco's not going to be throwing a lot to Anquan Bolden or anything like that. You know, a couple slot passes. I think Ray Rice is going to get a lot of passes in the backfield, which is great for PPR. Great running game. They're going to keep it on the ground. They're actually going to center this offense this week around Ray Rice. He's going to have an I bet he breaks the 26.4 they're calling.
Yeah, and you saw
Darren
Darren McFadden last week gash him for 170 yards. I see, Ray Rice is pretty close. I mean, he's a little bit bigger, obviously, than McFadden, but he's right up there. I mean, he can really get going when he gets on the ball. So,
all right, let's move on to Lisa versus Ryan. When we F up versus Utterly Amazing, who actually surprisingly had a win against Sean last week. I couldn't believe it. Somebody upset Sean.
Yeah.
I thought he'd go undefeated this year after being a loser for 3 years, but I was tired of hearing him whine.
I know.
What do you think's going to win this week, Lisa or Ryan?
Well, I mean, Wes Welker, he's going to have a good game, but I don't see him having as monstrous game as he's going to. Joseph Adai, he's not the running back that they're giving him projections on, which is why you can never go by projections. Peyton Hillis, who eats small children and Care Bears, I see him running for a pretty good yardage there. But he has a lot invested in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers and James Starks. But I still feel that Ryan could really pull this out if Reggie Wayne has a good week this week with Curtis Painter. So I think Utterly Amazing needs to be prepared to shut the fuck up.
Okay. Honestly, I really think Ryan should have this one in the bag, but he's not going to because of what you said. He's got too much vested in Green Bay.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers has to pass to James Starks in order for James Starks to get the stuff. And James Starks isn't his only target. So you hate doing that when you stack too much of on a team like that. And that's the only reason that Lisa's going to pick this win up, because she relies too heavily on one guy, Wes Welker. The rest of her team is just decimated. You got to get some trades going somewhere and level out that team and even it out. But
are you saying that because you made a trade offer and she declined it?
I think I've made a great trade offer. We'll talk about that separately. But I think she's still going to get the win this week. Absolutely. But
I know she's your wife and everything, but there is such a thing called raping your wife.
Yeah. Well, all right, on to the next one. Suchi versus Harsh. This is it. This is the rival game right here. And what's even better is that it's showing up as a push on the projections. What do you think?
Well, we all know how Harsh hates Brady Quinn because he knew him in Dublin. He knew the Quinn family in Dublin. So
they were best friends. Yeah. As I recall, weren't they best friends?
Yeah, they were, and then they had a falling out. And
they did.
They started crying
remember
about
that. There was something over dinner. They were over. Harshy was over Brady.
That's right. Yeah.
Harshy was over.
He was
Brady
over there.
Quinn's house.
Yeah, he was cupping his balls, and he didn't like the way he was cupping his balls.
If I remember correctly, Harshy was over there for dinner, and what happened was his sister, who is now married to AJ Hawk, did not pass the gravy, and Harsh didn't want to be friends with him anymore because apparently the gravy wasn't made in Italian style.
That's right.
So.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to make this one quick. We're just going to go with Carl.
Yeah, I see Medicine Woman just beating the hell out of Harsh's balls of steel.
Yeah, definitely where is that? And it's Mike Wallace is going to be the deciding factor for that one.
Agreed.
Agreed. All right, let's move on to the next one. Where are we at?
I believe we are on
Shockers to the house. Here we go. What's a good one here? Tell me.
I think To the House is going to beat waivers this week. Michael Vick. I feel bad for Ashley because she also has Deshaun Jackson in there. The weeks that Michael Vick has been hurt or under duress, Deshaun Jackson hasn't done shit. So I still think Ashley wins. Darren Sproles is going to be the big one for her. I really feel that way. I have him in another league. He's amazing. I think he's right up there with Matt Forte when you come to PPR because he's only used to catch passes out of the backfield, which is monstrous. So.
Well, I think To the House is going to win, definitely. I think Ashley has it. Although I'm saying that with reservation because I don't know who Shockers is going to pick up on waivers this week yet. I'm still waiting for his waiver pick. and see who the hot guy of the week is. So as soon as Shockers picks that guy,
I believe it was Nate Washington this week.
Isn't it? Was it Nate Washington?
It was Nate Washington.
I didn't know if it was
this week.
Nate Washington or the kicker for the Jacksonville Jaguars, or
I think it's Nate. It was Nate Washington.
Was it Nate Washington?
It was Nate Washington.
Okay, I thought he picked up Seattle's defense or something. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna go on to Pops versus Tobacco Spitters. Dad versus Chip. What do you got here for me?
I mean, Tom Brady's gonna, just blow it out of the water like he has been for Dad consistently. But Phillip Rivers, playing against Miami, he has a good shot at keeping him semi-close for the match to really last. But I still think Dad wins.
Hey, we have a special guest here. It is the commissioner. Look at him. It's the commissioner. Thanks for joining us, Commish. You just got us at the last
Everybody
end
say
here.
thanks to the commish for making it to the finals this year, because
Everybody makes
gets
the
a trophy.
playoff. This is just like what everybody wants, man. Everybody gets a trophy. So
Listen, fucks. I'm gonna win.
here's what's gonna happen.
You're not going to win. You have too many people in the damn playoffs.
Pops and Chip. This one is it shows Pops on the board, but you know what? You got Rob Gronkowski being the tight end for New England, who's a beast of a tight end. Every time that Pops is going to throw with his quarterback to Gronkowski's going to get more points than Tom Brady.
Gronowski?
Yeah, Rob Granola, I think, has it. That's
Yeah.
definitely where it's at. But I think Chip's going to pull this one off. I like Mojo. I like Gronkowski definitely in that tight end.
I like David
position.
Nelson is a sleeper against
Yeah.
Cincinnati this week. So
All right,
for him.
here it is, the final game. This is the final game, me versus you. But this is definitely going to be definitely a good. Hang on, smile for a second. You got something in your teeth. Yes, that's right. That's my penis in your mouth. I am fucking you this week.
I don't think so.
So here's what's going to happen. I got this one. Ladies and gentlemen, I know on the board it looks like an overhead swamp, but dude, I've got this one in hand. Chris Johnson's coming out of his shell. He even said he's got, he's feeling it with his O-line. He's in full health and everything. I love it. I picked up Lance Moore. Mike Thomas loves his new quarterback in Blaine Gabbert. I'm sorry, my friend. This is the week that you go down.
I'll disagree, Mook. I think this is the week that you get. You're lucky your daughter just walked in the room. This is the week that you get screwed big time by Steve Johnson, Megatron, Darren McFadden, and Adrian Peterson.
And I just want to quote your tweet to SportsCenter. That's our cheerleader. Oh no. This is
Control your child.
Here's the thing. Your tweet to SportsCenter said, "Who should I play, SportsCenter? Nix or Stevie Johnson?" First of all, who calls him Stevie Johnson other than a prepubescent little girl? And first
That's
of all,
his name.
Yeah, it's Steve Johnson. The second
Stevie
thing
is what everybody calls
the
him.
second thing
You're
is
a fucking
you
noob.
pronounce Nix is not spelled with a K in front of it. But we're out of time. We'll see what happens. I want to thank you all. Go Beer.
See you assholes later.